Hello, boys and girls. Today we're going to read a story about a boy that goes out to play in the snow. Yesterday we read a story about a girl and she got all dressed to go out in the snow, and then she crashed into the snowman, and then she was crying and went inside and she was all done playing in the snow. Well, this boy, he also, you can't see him yet, can you? He also put on snow clothes and went out and played in the snow. But he had a much different experience. This one is called Snowman Magic. And the back gives us a little bit of a hint of what might happen in the story. Now, another reason this book is interesting is because the beginning of the story could be true. It could happen. But there's a part in the story that switches, and then you know that it is a fiction book, a make-believe book. So you listen and you see if you can find where, oh my goodness, this part couldn't really happen. This is pretend. All right? So it's called Snowman Magic, and it's by Catherine Teagan and illustrated by Brandon Dorman. Snowman Magic. And the title page definitely gives you a hint of what's going to be in the story. This is a little saying. It doesn't really it's not really part of the book, but I think it's a really cool saying. It says, snowmen fall from the sky unassembled. That means unassembled means it's not put together yet. So snowmen are made of snow, right? But the snow has to get put together before it can be a snowman. So snowmen fall from the sky unassembled. Very fun. It had been snowing all day. Snowing, snowing, snowing. George was bored. There was no school, so he needed something to do. He kept looking out the window. Would it ever stop? So he had a snow day. The next morning, the sun was shining. When George looked out the window, everything was brilliant white. The snow was so bright it was almost hard to see. If he squinted, can you squint? Yeah, when it's bright, your eyes kind of squint until you put sunglasses on. If he squinted, he could see it was very deep, and it had drifted high against the slope in his backyard. So what drifted means is it was windy, and so the wind was blowing the snow, and it was kind of making it go up. That's what drifted is. Or in our area, the snow drifts across the road and kind of makes it slippery. George put on his warm socks and his snow pants and his flannel shirt. Then he put on his snow jacket, his boots, his mitten, and his hat. He was ready. So just like our girl yesterday, he got ready to go outside. Only his zipper didn't get stuck, did it? Outside, the air smelled clean and cold. He plunged into the snow. It was fluffy, but crunchy too. He made a snowball and threw it against the tree. It was very, very quiet. Do you ever notice when it's snowing outside and you go outside? It's like super quiet out there. Kind of interesting. George made some snow and packed it into a small ball. Then he started rolling the ball in the snow. The ball got bigger and bigger. When the ball got too heavy to roll, he stopped rolling it near the bottom of the slope. Then he started rolling a medium-sized ball. He put it on top of the big ball. Finally, he made a small ball for the top. Do you like to make snowmen? I would love to see a picture of it. George went inside the house and found a scarf in the closet and a carrot in the refrigerator. In the old days, his mom told him people used to take pieces of coal and use them to make eyes. But there wasn't any coal in George's house, so he found 2 buttons and he brought them outside with the scarf and the carrot. I hope he remembered to close the refrigerator. He carefully pushed the buttons into the small ball near the top. He stuck the carrot in the center. He found a few small twigs and used them to make a mouth. That was a good idea, wasn't it? He wrapped the scarf between the top ball and the middle ball, and he found 2 branches to stick into the sides of the middle ball. It was a perfect snowman. So far, could this story take place? Yes, it could. Let's see what happens and what makes it change. George turned his head. He thought he saw the snowman smiling at him. Could it be? Time for a snack, said George. He went inside the house and got 2 mugs of hot chocolate and some cookies. He put them on the snow table. So he made a table out of snow. Would you like something to eat? George asked. I can't drink hot chocolate, the snowman said, but a cookie would be nice. It was magic. So do you see how the story changed? Because can snowmen talk? No, but it makes a fun story, doesn't it? After their snack, George made a cave, tunneling deep into the slope. He piled up snowballs at the entrance. Then he threw a couple at the snowmen. The snowman made some snowballs and threw them back at George. His long branch arms helped him throw the snowballs very far. It was hard to say who won the fight, but it was still fun. The snowman chased George around the yard. Then George chased the snowman. The snowman couldn't move that fast, so it was easy for George to sneak up on him. It was starting to get dark. George didn't want to go inside, but his mother was calling him. Goodbye, snowman, he said. I will see you tomorrow. George thought he heard the snowman say, Good night. So he didn't want his fun day to end, did he? But I'm glad he listened to Mama. The next day, it was warmer. The sun was even brighter and the snowman was shrinking. George played with him all day, but he could tell that the snowman didn't have quite the same energy. So what's happening? Yeah, he's starting to melt. Do you see how he's sagging a little bit? He's not standing quite as tall. Then it was Monday. George had to go to school. It was another bright, warm day. When he came home, the snowman was almost gone. The scarf and the carrot and the buttons had slid down. He could hardly recognize his snowman. The cave had collapsed too, and the snow table had melted. So this is kind of like the picture on the back, but it doesn't have the snow in it. I'll see it again right here. Do you see how the things are just kind of all over the place? Yeah, it was kind of a hint that things weren't going to stay together. The next morning, George looked out the window. What do you think he's going to see? Let's see. It was snowing. Snowing, snowing, snowing. He couldn't wait. Was that a surprise? He couldn't wait to build a snowman again. So like I've said before, if you have a chance to make a snowman, please send me a picture so I can see it. That would be fun for me. And I think you would enjoy doing it. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.